Yeah, I was pleased with our trip up north. Starting off with Princeton. Usually this time of year for many of them it's they swim well, and usually some don't. It depends on how their body handles the winter break and the training camp that we go through. Naturally, they get a little bit of a breather, knowing that we're traveling up there. You cut back from doing some doubles. Next thing you know, you have a single, and a single, you're going to feel a little bit more, jump in your step. So I was happy to see, them come out firing on all cylinders, right out of the gates. I thought from top to bottom overall, it was a good team performance. I was, the next day was tough. I think going into Villanova, all of a sudden you're going to a facility that's a little bit smaller than than you were in the day before. Space gets a little tight. Warm up gets a little harder. Warm down gets a little harder. So a lot of it is you got to manage your body and listen to your body and give it what it needs. And I think for the most part that we did that. I was kind of hoping we'd keep that energy up, going a little bit more, going against Villanova. I said before the meet that it's important to see how your team handles a late night and an early morning. For the most part, we did well on the second day. It is tough, this time of year to go that back-to-back. Against Minnesota, we're in the same situation. 5 o'clock Friday, 10 o'clock Saturday. A good dry run again for the end of the year at our conference championships and NCAA championships. So I'm going to look for the same thing. I think it's been a while since we've had a home meet, so I'd assume we're going to come out pretty excited. We had a few girls that were at the SMU Classic in the fall, so this is their first home meet. We only had one home meet in the fall, so we've been training well and we've been swimming fast and workouts. So I'm looking to see the same thing. I know the divers are going to be looking forward to competing on their own boards again. But again, I think the big thing I'm going to look for is I'm assuming we're going to be excited and ready to go and ready to compete on Friday, and I want to see how we turn around, get recovery, and come in on Saturday and match what we do on Friday. But I think our team goals going in to Minnesota, obviously they're a great program, very good history. Coach Gary Taylor swam there. He knows a lot about it. They're a well-coached staff. They get their team ready to compete year in, year out. And, when they have people that graduate, it seems like they just kind of keep going and the next person up steps up. So it's a great opportunity to go against a very consistent program of excellence. So, I want our ladies to go out and battle. It was a big learning experience for our ladies last year, going against a top 10 program. We're looking at doing the same thing. They're right around the top 10 right now. They have some studs that are going to come in and lay down some pretty good swims. And so I want our ladies to compete better, harder. I want us to match up better than we did last year. I think we will. And I don't want any fear. They know Minnesota's good, and let's go toe-to-toe with them and see what happens. Our guys last year, we went up there and we lost. And it was a great meet. It was a lot of fun, a great environment. But, the guys came up short, and we ran out of bullets towards the end. And, I'm looking for some of our role players to step up more and help the cause so we have a better chance going into those last few events to be in position to win the meet. I like the two-day format, especially this time of year. Early season, I'm not the biggest fan of it. But, you can go 3 events a day. So there's 2 extra relays that are in there. Total of 6 events over 2 days. I really feel a lot of times most of them do 4 events in a 2-hour time span. So, you're able to space out a lot of your events a little bit more. So naturally, I think they're going to get a little bit more rest during the meet and into the next day. So I'm hoping that leads to them competing better, but it's the same way for Minnesota. They're going to be able to space out their events for themselves. And but at this time of year, it's a great to do a two-day lineup. Continue to get used to racing back-to-back days. But you know, I think the 2-day format it makes it worthwhile when a team travels. You know, like Minnesota coming here, they're you know, it's not an easy travel, so it makes it worth their while to come here and go for 2 days, just like we did last year. So it'll be a great environment.